Hi everyone, this is Eric Ringer for MUX, term 1305, and this is my competitive app analysis. So the app that I'm going to be doing is for SF Indie Fest that puts together 3 film festivals, and the 2 apps I chose, one of them is a competitor, Festival Genius, because we have paid them in the past to make an app for us. And then the other one is not really a competitor, well, it's sort of a competitor. It's the San Francisco International Film Festival. Uh, so, I mean, we're in the same city, but so it's a bigger festival than SF Indie Fest. So they both have apps. So the visibility of the app status, does the app keep users informed about what is going on? For Festival Genius, I think it does a little bit. It highlights what you have pressed, but it's a little glitchy, so it takes about 45 seconds after you press it before it does anything. And then in the SF International Film Festival, it only shows trailers of the films, and then it tells you different like people's favorites picks, which will then just show you the trailers. So yeah. Next question: match between app and the real world. Does the app sense the user's environment and adapt the information displayed accordingly? With Festival Genius, I think it does. It has a list of different festivals. You pick the festival, and then it will take you to that festival, and it gives you a calendar list and stuff, and then you have a detailed view of each film. With the SF International, I don't think it does a good job at all. All it shows is trailers. It doesn't really tell you much else. Just shows you trailers and who different celebrities that have their favorite picks. User control and freedom. Uh, the app for Festival Genius, it does have back buttons, but it doesn't have any cancel or undo buttons. And the SF International, it doesn't have any cancel or undo buttons. It has a back button, but it took me a little bit to figure out that it was a back button because it's not clearly labeled. Error prevention, Festival Genius, the app does not have a confirmation option, but it does a good job. You can't really make too many error-prone stuff in the app. And then the SF International, once again, it doesn't have any confirmation options. It doesn't let you know anything, and it doesn't do a good job of limiting error-prone conditions because it's hard to follow. Consistency and standards. In the Festival Genius, it's pretty easy to follow. Everything is clear to navigate through the app. With the SF International, it's the opposite. It's not very clear. You kind of have to figure out how to get around and stuff, and it's a little confusing. Recognition rather than recall. In Festival Genius, all the objects, actions, and options are all visible and very easy to understand. Not so much in the San Francisco International. It's more trial and error to figure out what is what. And then flexibility and efficiency of use. Festival Genius, it doesn't actually, neither one of these really anticipate user needs or enable customization. I think they both do a bad job there. Aesthetics and minimalist design. Festival Genius, it doesn't have any information that's irrelevant or rarely needed, so they do a good job there. And then the International, all it shows is trailers, so I think it needs more information. It needs to show like a schedule, locations, more stuff. I think it does a bad job there. Helps user recognize, diagnose, and recover from errors. Festival Genius, the app freezes a lot and crashes, and then it doesn't give you any error messages, so I think they need to work on that. And then the San Francisco International, it has no error messages, but I didn't have any freezing problems or anything, so there's that. And then help and documentation. If Festival Genius has a help page and it goes over tips and tricks for the app, which I think is helpful. The San Francisco International doesn't have any documentation page or help page, so you kind of have to figure out everything on your own, which I didn't really like. So let's go into my library research topic. I found experimenting in the app lab, which kind of talks a little bit about marketing, and this article came out in 2012, so it's pretty relevant about how companies are starting to realize that you can have free apps and then add the extras of then people are more willing to pay a little more to buy extra stuff. Like in the comic book app, they'll pay 99 cents to view a new comic, or some companies are even charging, like magazines and newspapers, well, they'll charge 10 cents per newspaper article instead of having to buy a subscription to that newspaper just to read the article. So it talks about, there's ways of making money, or making money by doing free apps, and then you can kind of market your other stuff inside the app to get more revenue. So I think this was actually a pretty good article. And then it kind of talks about how the tablet is going to start replacing the PC, because more people are going to buy tablets than PCs. I think it's already happening. So that was my competitive app analysis. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Thank you.